Hi, my name's Rob Boriskin, and I've been asked to talk to you about flipping ceramics. Why? My assumption is, like most of you, you've been teaching the same subject for a while and are pretty comfortable with it. And your question is, why do you want to flip your class? What are you going to get out of it? And basically, why do you have to do all this work to do something you've been doing for a long time successfully? You have classes that work, you have students that are engaged, you get to know them better every year because of all the free time you have to get to know them. So why flip your class? Well, I'm going to tell you that I taught ceramics for quite a while, and when I flipped my class, I've never had as much fun as I'm having right now. I no longer lecture. I think the relationships I have with students are better, and it's just a better way for me to teach. I'm going to make sure we share some common language, and then at the very end I'm going to ask you some questions. The questions are real important because I'll use those to actually determine how I do my presentation. Hopefully you're getting this video a few days before the presentation, and along with the video you're getting the questions. The questions are really basically a little information about you, and then what do you want to get out of the time we spend together. So let's talk about a few terms that are important for us to understand as we go through this workshop. Blended learning. Blended learning is the combination of what we learn in the classroom or in the brick and mortar structure and what we learn outside of the classroom electronically and on cyberspace. We talk about those two places as individual space and group space. The individual space is often at home, but it can be in the classroom too. The group space is when we're bringing people together to learn as a group. Active learning and passive learning. Active learning can take place either in the group space or in the individual space, but it's active, it's engaging, it draws them in. Passive learning, we've seen way too much of, is students sitting with us opening up the top of their head and pouring in information. And finally, relationships. I read somewhere, kids don't care what you know until they know you care. And I believe that flipped learning gives me more time to know my students and more opportunities to care about them. I'm looking forward to reading your responses to my questions, hopefully developing something you'll enjoy, and meeting you at the conference.